About 2016, I was saying loudly to people that it looks like the NAACP for drug addicts has moved in. And I thought, wow, there's a lot of talk about drug addicts' rights and how you talk about drug addicts and what you say to them and what you call them and all this stuff. And I thought, man, this is really weird. It's really weird. Today I was sent something called a show or a meeting of what's called SURSAC. You guys know this is Substance Use Recovery Services Advisory Committee. SURSAC. Why I even tell you about this is that this very, very shocking day. Winston. So they're a committee that's putting together bills in cohesiveness with Civil Rights Actions Committee. Now tell me what this has to do with addiction, but they're working very closely with civil rights groups. And what they're trying to do in our state, and I didn't know before today, really, they're trying to make sure that that methadone, really trying to make sure that methadone and Suboxone and medication are the only form of treatment. They are trying to eliminate what we're doing right here. They're trying to say that this is impossible. I stopped by to see an old friend today at a clinic in Auburn called We Care. And as I went in, I saw this beautiful, technologically advanced kind of office. And I remembered talking to Backus and hearing Mayor Backus of Auburn years ago and hearing her tell me about this place. We're going to solve all the problem. We're going to bring in We Care. It's a derivative from Muckleshoot. They're part of it. And so I went there today and I asked how many people take Suboxone there. And the answer was about under 5%. They see 900 clients a day. So 900 clients a day come to get methadone from this clinic. 900 clients a day. We're trying to get 20 off drugs here. Well, they're simultaneously giving 900 people drugs. The answer is what's next? So methadone, then what's next? You ever seen anyone on methadone buy a home? I guarantee you haven't. I guarantee you've never seen anyone on methadone independent buying a home. Unless maybe they already had a home and then they got on it and they've, of course, maybe kept their home. So what I saw there, and then I just kind of times that by, let's say it's $50 a dose. I would say it's way more than that because outside the organization is 5 fleets or a fleet of 5 vans, much like the vans that you would see at Hertz rental car. If you're going to get in a van to go get your car, they hold about 30 people. There's 5 of them, and they're going in and out of this parking lot, and they're picking people up to bring them to the methadone clinic just to make sure they get their dose. So I don't think $50 is a very fair assumption of what they're billing insurance to hand out a dose of methadone. But if it was $50, we're talking about maybe 900 people times $50. What are we talking about? 45,000 a day. They're doing 45,000 a day in business. That's on a conservative number. No one has to see a counselor and no one has to get off drugs. Yeah. This place is a recovery place where you can use fentanyl and meth and be in recovery. This is what they're doing. Now times that by their mobile places, by their other offices, and by every other methadone treatment center in our state. And we're talking like this one little office in Auburn in a tiny little industrial area, in a tiny little thing where you wouldn't even see it, next to a weed shop and next to a car detailing shop. And right in the middle, this tiny little office is doing 1.4 million a month. Probably, maybe more. Otherwise, 16 million a year out of a tiny little office. None of them have to see a counselor and none of them have to get off drugs. So I tell you that to really start understanding why in this room right now, you know, when we used to do solution group back in 2016, there would be upwards of 120 people there. And, you know, and meetings around here used to be packed. Things, the NA community, the AA community, the treatment community, it was all the way live. It was a community of people that were inspired by learning how to change their life. Proud of it. So we've got now listening to the SURSAC, I want to tell you a few of the bills that they were worried about. One of the bills they're worried about, and this is in the House right now, they want to help pass a bill that gives more legal rights to a drug addict that's getting high, that gives him or her more legal access to counsel so that they can keep their kids while they get high. They say it's a civil rights violation to take someone's kids while they're getting high, and we need to give these people more access to legal counsel. There's one. They were upset about a bill that would hold misdemeanor crimes when you go in and get a misdemeanor and you go to a diversion program. They were upset about the one that was going to hold people accountable for finishing everything that was told them to do so that they could get the misdemeanor dropped. They want to drop the misdemeanor with no accountability. This is what these people are saying on this thing. By the way, it starts the meeting with how you need to talk. So they start the meeting with the rules of how you can talk. You know, you can't, did you guys know that you can't say homeless person?
Yeah, on house neighbor,
Yeah, well, this is people experiencing homelessness, you know?
Isn't it like rentally challenged?
Yeah, so I was, I can't even say I'm a poker player anymore. I'm just a person that experiences poker. You know what I mean? So you can't say that you gamble. You can say I'm a person that from time to time experiences gambling.
Is that a gender?
Yeah.
Gender.
So the question is, what does civil rights have to do with it? So my point about saying all that is simple. They're trying to eliminate recovery. And I know this now. And they will never put a dollar in this state to anything that we're doing. If you tell someone they have to get off drugs, you will never get a dollar of this state's money. I promise you that. Because this state is saying, no, you cannot tell people that they need to get out. It is a civil rights violation to expect someone to. See, the reimbursement rates for a day in treatment right now at Alala or Prosperity House is probably around, they're probably doing around $200 a day. So that means you're supposed to feed, house, staff, watch that person. How much would it be to board a dog? What, maybe 100 a day on a low end? But yet our state wants to pay people $200 to house, feed, get someone off drugs, treat, do groups with, document, give information to the state on what this person's updates are for $200 a day. Now, normally, by the way, if you did treatment in some other facility, it's be about in a state in a private thing. Cost to treat is about $1,200 to $1,500 a day. Because for 30 people in a facility, you need a staff of about 80. That's real. You really do. So we do not reimburse treatment and sobriety in this state anymore. And we put all our funding towards so now $100 a day for methadone. So now I'll pay $100 a day. It's just very telling, you know, just imagine a drug Just imagine anything where they'll come pick you up. You know what I mean? Just imagine how much money they're making off you if they're willing to come pick you up. You know?
COVID vaccine.
Just sitting there like, I'd really like some McDonald's, but I can't drive. And McDonald's just shows up. Come on, fat ass, get in. I mean, that's it. There you go. Get your fat ass in here. We need you to eat today. You know?
You know what else, or, sorry, man, I know you're talking, but in a program where they offer that and offer you housing and all this free stuff, you don't need a credential to work there, and they'll pay you twice as much as someone who's got to go through all the schooling
Yes.
to work at an actual treatment place, and you're audited under the Department of Health, and you have all these regulations and stuff. Those housing programs that also have the methadone vans show up, they pay a lot more,
That's
and
right.
there's no credentials. You
So-
have lived experience, oh yeah, come on in.
So one of the things they're trying to pass right now is that for the LEAD program, which LEAD is what everyone's doing in this thing, which it means, guys, and I swear to God, when you guys, if you ever really get desperate, just go commit crimes and they'll give you a house. And that is literally the thing. You have to commit enough crimes to get into the LEAD program. What the LEAD program's model is it says, okay, you're committing crimes. We want to get you before booking so that we don't harm you in any way. Because you're going to be harmed by the justice system. So we get you before booking. We bring you over to the diversion program. We get you in front of what's called a coordinated care team. And then we get you a house. And on the way, there's no point where you have to be sober. And there's no point where you have to quit drugs. And so their model is that housing is the way to. They're also trying to make it so no municipality can block any forms of harm reduction.
Do they do that over here?
Meaning they're trying to say that there's passed a bill that says if any little city doesn't want a needle exchange or a handout foils, that they can't say no.
And there is no such thing as a deal exchange, because
No.
no one exchanges.
Yeah, so they say, well, anyways, point of that all being said is, you know, there's a purity to this thing that we're doing in this room. And there's you know, I drove Angie's car today, and I got in Angie's car, and it was this nicer, a little nicer than mine, I think, you know, but it had a nicer radio, and I turned it up, and I was for the first time I was like on the way here, and I turned it up to a song, and I was like, and I remember I was feeling myself on the way here, you know?
Yeah.
And I want you guys to know that are in recovery in this room. When's the last time you felt yourself? When's the last time you turned up the music and started feeling yourself? And why do people feel themselves? Why do we get in this mode when we're happy with ourselves? See, they're trying to take that away. The reason I'm feeling myself is I'm like reinvigorated. You know, that's what it was. See, I saw that shit today and I was like, oh shit, we got to mobilize. Oh shit, I got to fight. What was I thinking? I was thinking we were going to reason with these people. Oh shit, this is war. And we got to have a show of force. We got to have people from the recovery community. We got to have everybody. We got to roll 1,000 deep and say, we are a show of force. We're not going to be dismissed because recovery has some kind of a purity to it. It has a sense of achievement to it. Remember when somebody would say, I got 30 days clean and everyone fucking clapped? What do they do at the methadone clinic? What do they do?
Congratulations, guy.
Yes. Congratulations. Your dose is up 20 points. Is this what they do there? Is there any achievement involved? And see, it really pisses me off because it says that you're all less than. It says you can't do what anyone else has ever done before you. Your brain is ruined. You need methadone or Suboxone or Vivitrol, whatever drug they're trying to sell, because your brain is ruined and you're stupid. That's what they're saying. You're never going to be a human being that can handle the pain of being a human being because you're weak. And so we're just going to feed you drugs with no sense of achievement, nothing. And this is what's going on. And I'm ready now because they are going to eliminate it. They want to shut AA, NA. What do you mean it doesn't work? I mean, seriously, what the fuck do you mean? Does Navy SEAL program work? It doesn't work for everyone, Navy SEALs. People, and the reason it doesn't work for everyone is some people can't hack it. That's why. If you know any good program, everybody can't hack it. That's the thing about a good program. That's the thing about pure sobriety. There's people that can't fucking hack it. That's tough. But it has nothing to do with the fucking program. It means you couldn't hack it. So people go to AA and NA and they relapse and they say it's AA or NA's fault. That's fucking nuts. That is a fucking nuts. And why is it 90% of people relapse? Why? Because quitting fucking drugs is hard. It's a big goddamn achievement if you do it. And it's something to be goddamn proud of if you do it. That's why we celebrate 30, 60, 90 days. That's why we talk about what you did. See, this is what I was like. This is what happened. This is what I'm like now. I was a junkie. Now I take methadone every day. Now I take methadone every day. That's the fucking story that they want people to have. But the story is, this is what I was like. This is the process that I went through. This is what I'm like now. I used to not be able to handle my pain. I used to be able to not sit still. I used to be able to not connect with people. I used to have a tough time with anger. But now I'm learning to be in here. I'm practicing without the use of any substance but coffee. I'm learning to be in here. And this is why I get extremely offended. My biggest achievement in life was learning to be in here. I don't have a bigger achievement. The fact that I couldn't be in here, the fact that I was restless and irritable and anxious, the fact that I was arrogant and fucking wanted to fucking pummel everyone, all that shit, all that rage, everything I had inside me, I've been able to learn how to deal with. I used to blame other people for how I feel. I don't anymore. I've had to learn to like be responsible for the way I feel. I had to learn to take responsibility for my life. I had to learn to manage it. And that's what the beauty is of drug addiction. You know, drug addiction is fucking beautiful. It is beautiful. It isn't a tragedy. It isn't a defect. It isn't a disorder. It's a beautiful thing because it brings a human being to their knees. It says here, now you're on your knees. Now, what the fuck are you going to do? You're on your knees. The worst fucking feeling you've ever felt. You're demoralized. You hate life right now. It sucks. You're embarrassed. You're ashamed. You're guilty. You're brought to your fucking knees. And now you begin to stand up. And what's more fucking beautiful than that? And you stand up, and every move that you stand up, you're in a community of other people that are trying to stand up, and people go, hell yeah. And we say, hell yeah, you got another fucking day. What are they saying at the methadone clinic to be proud of? How do they feel themselves? What are they taking from those people by creating more zombies? What are they doing to those people? And we're allowing it. And we're saying, hey, and family members are convinced. Family members are convinced that their kid can't do it without drugs anymore. Family members are convinced that they got to take them to the methadone clinic or the Suboxone clinic. Family members are convinced that there is no person hitting bottom, that some miraculous thing just happens while they're using drugs and they just go, today I'll stop. They just think their kids one day just going to be in their basement getting high and go, no more drugs, Mom. I'm good. Just stop bringing me drugs and helping me get high, Mom. I'm good. I'm going to go get sober. It's not going to happen. So this thing that we're, in the numbers, I see it. 120 people I used to do solution group. Now it's like, all right, are you talking about that same old shit about learning to be in here again? You're running that bullshit. Is there no drugs there? Come on, man. You're running that bullshit again about being in here. You want your weed or your Suboxone or you want this or you want that. Come on, man. This is a beautiful process. So what? You fucking use, you drink, you relapse. So what? That's the way it fucking goes. What are you? But what are you doing to start getting back in this world? What do you want to be when you were a kid? Not this. I look back at the 12-year-old Art and I always think, man, I wonder what my 12-year-old self was real judgmental. Someone told a lie. I was like, they fucking lied? People lie? I don't lie. I thought I was, I judged everyone. I wonder what that that kid would say about me now and what he would have said about me when I was 35. I wonder what he would have said. He would have been embarrassed of me when I'm 35, embarrassed of me when I was 37. So my 12-year-old self would have been embarrassed. Guess what? That's why I wasn't feeling myself. Because there was nothing to feel. There was nothing to say, hey, I'm fucking proud I did this today. And that's why we hang our hat right now on one more fucking day without substances. That's why you hang your hat on that and say, I fucking did something. That's why you hang your hat on waking up and making your bed and doing the things that fucking really matter. And they're trying to take that from us. They're trying to take it from everyone. Why? Because they think they're better than you. That's why. If somebody wants you on Suboxone or you on methadone, it's because they think they're better than you. They think they got a stronger brain than you. But I can see every one of them and go, you can do it. You do it just like everyone else. You know, we need 10,000 people in recovery to get to mobilize right now and say, hey, fuck you with those drugs. It can be done. There was one of the major leaders in our state mentioned something. He said he did a TED talk. I was watching his TED talk, and he goes, Einstein said, the brain that created the problem cannot solve the problem. But guess what? He's for methadone. Well, who started the problem? Didn't Big Pharma start the problem? Sure. So the brain of Big Pharma now started the problem, and dipshit Feingood thinks Big Pharma is going to solve the problem for us. Why? Because they're going to take away our pain now? Why? You need something to take away your pain. Now we're going to turn to them to take away our pain, and we're going to lose what this really meant. You know, we're going to lose the fact that we're in this room together for a reason. That maybe you're in pain and you need to talk about it. Maybe you need help and you need help and you need help. And maybe we stop doing that. Now we all just turn to a substance and say, let's call it a day. It's a sad thing, but I'm pissed. And I don't want this to go away. I fucking love sitting in these rooms and talking to these people. I love this shit. I love the idea that I used to not be able to handle pain and now I do. I love the idea of teaching people to handle pain. And by the way, you know, when we say pain, we're not talking about physical pain. We're talking about emotional pain. And emotional pain can be as little as, you know what? I didn't get my fucking way. You know, the biggest cause of pain in America right now is I didn't get my fucking way. In fact, it's the number one cause. Poor you, you didn't get your fucking way. I know for a fact, 0 people give a fuck if I get my way. I know that for a fact. Nobody gives a fuck if I get my way. And when I start whining about not getting my way, that's because I'm in pain because I didn't get my way. And every time I'm whining about not getting my way, I'm eliminating the time where I should be strategizing on how to get my fucking way. Because guess what? I want to get my way. I do. So I can whine about these people, but no, we're going to take them the fuck down. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to whine. We're going to get our fucking way. And we're going to say, wait, let's make recovery cool again. Remember when it used to be? It was. People were proud of it. I think a lot of you might not even be proud of being in recovery. They took that from you. You ain't going nowhere when you get 30 days, feeling yourself, turning on the music, getting those new shoes on, getting that haircut, walking into a fucking joint, saying I got 30 fucking days today.
Taking 20 years to get here.
Yeah. You know, it's time to feel you. It's time for all of us. Turn that fucking music on, you know? Let's play some music and fucking feel ourselves again. That's what I want to do. I want to be proud of myself. I want to not be embarrassed. I don't want to be shameful. I don't want to be guilty. So I don't give a fuck what you've done. Who cares? Who cares where you're at? Nobody gives a shit. It's about what you do right now today. It's about what you do after you leave here. It's about what you wake up and do tomorrow. And for me, I'm invigorated. I'm ready to roll. They piss me off now, and I'm using a little of my anger and a little bit to go, wait. They scared me more than they pissed me off. They scared me because today I saw the truth. I don't know why they're aligned with harm reduction. I don't know why they think it works, because it doesn't. You see, they always say harm reduction saves lives. Well, you know what recovery does? it changes lives. That's what it does. It's the one thing that makes kind of a liar, a cheat, a thief, a selfish human. It's the one thing that turns a person that's like that into a person that's giving, caring, loving, connected, and nice and kind. That's what recovery does. It turns us from a self-seeking, selfish, self-centered, arrogant, mean, angry person. What other process does that? What else is there? And that's the beauty of it, because it brings you to your fucking knees where you realize, and I hope if you're in this room and you're in recovery, I hope you've realized that you're a prick. I hope that you realize that you're a complete fucking asshole. And if you're not sitting there at day 2 in recovery or day 30 in recovery and going, I am a complete fucking prick, then you're not even there yet. Because I guarantee if you're in this room and you're starting out in recovery, you're a fucking prick. Absolutely, you are. And the beautiful thing is you can go, wait, look at what I was. But you can't do that on methadone. You can't do that still using drugs. They think the answer to drug addiction is housing. That's what they believe. LEAD program is the biggest thing going in Washington, and it's what they want every single dollar that they fund to go to.
So like you get
It's in King County.
in King County, so you get in trouble, you get arrested, and then you.
You don't get arrested, they come get you before you get arrested. They don't even want your name on the file. They want to come get you out of there.
Judges love it because they can send you to the LEAD program, they can sentence you to the LEAD
That's a
program.
great
Yeah.
question, right? It's a good program.
They've got their own.
It's an excuse because our jails are too bogged up. And it's an excuse.
No, I think you go back to the methadone, and you don't need to be accountable for being a prick and a thief and traumatizing everybody in your life, because you are the victim.
That's right.
So
That's
this
right.
is not your fault in any way, shape, or form.
You got disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so no jail, take the methadone.
I could have went right
and Go
there.
into an air conditioned hotel and smoke fentanyl in perpetuity.
Methadone was my drug of choice.
24/7.
I loved methadone. It was my drug of choice in my early 30s, from 30 to 37. I loved it. And I was thinking today, I was in there and I was like, I think I could have just raised my hand in the clinic today and went, disorder's acting up a little bit. You guys got any cures in here for a disorder?
And your insurance paid for it that whole 7 years?
No, I bought it on the streets. I
So
bought it on the
somebody
streets.
else's insurance paid for it and sold it to you.
Well, their insurance paid, then they sold it, and then they sold it. So I was fourth on the chain.
So about half the people I know that are on methadone continue to use fentanyl.
Yes.
Whether they say they need to because the methadone isn't strong enough, or because they can without any adverse effects.
Yep.
They continue to use anyway.
Yeah, the only problem they run into when they're using fentanyl and meth at the methadone clinic is they just don't let them bring home the weekend carries.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
you can just go and, yeah, imagine this. Hey, we got a great program to get you off drugs. Oh, you're still doing them? Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, well, let's keep, it seems to be working. You got double the drugs now. I hope you're happy. The other thing they do is if somebody's still using, they don't blame the person. Or they don't hold the person accountable. They say, we didn't give them enough.
Yeah.
So we up the dose.
Same thing as oxycontin, it's breakthrough pain to
Yeah.
double your dose.
Right.
So the thing with methadone, there's no naloxone in it, so they don't give you it all at once, because if they did, you can overdose and die on it, and it's got street value, so. Suboxone will do that because there's naloxone in it, so you won't overdose and die from it. Yeah, but methadone you definitely can.
All right, now we're gonna move on. Little real recovery here. Anyone in pain here? Jennifer, what are you thinking? See how I kind of got in on you right here? Yeah, what's up? What's up?
I'm just here to listen.
No, not true. See? Jennifer's what's called being on it right now. You know what it's like to be on it with someone? Can you
In
imagine?
what context?
Well, being on it means you might be kind of upset, you're in your head about someone. You know, you're on it. Maybe a resentment, maybe some anger. I don't know.
No, I just have, some stuff going on personally at work, so I just have a lot of stuff on my mind.
Well, let's hear it. What's going on? Yeah. Yeah, let's work this out.
Talk through your pain.
It's not about.
She's in pain. Oh, it is about you.
I gotta work through it.
Now listen, see, I came here tonight to be disruptive. I came here tonight to actually make some people work here. I knew it was gonna be a small crowd and I wanted to get some stuff done. So now see how you feel? So part of being in a solution group or coming to groups is that when I went to the group, I didn't feel very good. And when I left, I felt great. So now let's get a little off, just a little taste. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
So I've been with my organization for 26 years. Which is a really long time to work something.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of organizational changes, just a lot of stuff, as you can imagine, over the years. But as of late, things haven't been super fantastic for a variety of reasons. And I had an opportunity to go on a job interview last. And that in and of itself is scary, right? Because like, it's not like I've been on a lot of job interviews in the last 26 years.
Yeah.
So, and then I got called back to go on a second interview. So that
Okay.
is this week. So I just have a lot of things on my mind around
Okay.
the possibility of a change.
Chris, help your mother here.
Oh.
Do you know about this stuff?
Yeah. What do we?
You do. Now, who do you resent at the company?
My boss.
Okay, what do you do?
An asshole.
He's an asshole. Why is he an asshole?
Is he a new boss? Or?
He has been there since 2019.
Okay. Why is he an asshole?
Because he-
Okay.
Yeah. He really only cares about his own agenda,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't really matter what other people have to say or think or contribute.
Yeah.
He might act like it's okay to talk about it, but he doesn't really want to hear it.
Okay. So what do you think? What does she feel with her boss, Chris? What's it called?
Resentment.
Okay, but how does she feel towards that? What's her ability to change the situation?
She feels she doesn't have it.
Yeah,
So she feels powerless, right?
yeah.
All right. So what your experience is powerlessness with your boss. Right?
So,
So I want you to know with anyone, as soon as, and this is what the kids are trying to learn here, I don't know if they get it through their hard goddamn skulls sometimes, but powerlessness is always in the form of a complaint. The moment a complaint shows up in our head, it renders us powerless. So the first thing you have to do when you're dealing with a situation like this is you have to understand this complaint showed up. Now, what's the formation of it? See, there's a formation. There is something that forms this complaint. And what forms it is twofold. Number one, you're victimized. You feel that. You feel victimized. Number two, you feel righteous. You feel right. You feel there's also another form of, there's another third thing I should have mentioned that we feel. We feel not responsible for the situation. So in an instant, when that complaint shows up, I'm inviting everyone to take a look at your complaints. I've been doing it for years. I'm inviting you to take a look at your complaints like a racket. So what she really feels, the real feeling that started the complaint, is a feeling of a lack of validation. So she felt not validated
Or valued.
or valued. Same thing. She felt she didn't matter. Now, when she doesn't matter, protection, we are hit. Our pain is hit when we don't feel matter. When the pain's hit, the mind blames. So she's saying, I don't feel mattered and it's this person's fault. So now, how does she restore power?
Giving up being right.
So she has to give up being right. What does she got to get more than right? She got to get curious. She got to give, we all know this. She got to give up being right. She's got to move from complaint to strategy. I don't feel valued. I would like to feel valued. All right, do that then. Do that then. If you don't feel valued, there's only one thing to do. Do something to get value. There is no other move. So now she's got this thing where she's going to have to grow. You see, before this night, before right now, what she thought was, and what our mind convinces us of, is boy, somebody else is going to have to change or I'm going to have to quit. That's convincing you of that. 26 years. You've been there. Don't be a victim here. So now what do you got to do with that boss? You got to go and be powerful, or you got to find power in some way. So you need to strategize on how you're going to get your power back. So how are you going to get your power back? What are you going to do? See, what you said was he doesn't care about anyone else's opinion. He just runs his agenda. Okay. That might not be true. And you're going to have to leave a little doubt, a little room for that to not be true. You're going to have to find some other motivation with him, a level of communication that maybe you've never communicated with people. This is how she now, once our mind goes from complaint to strategy, we're alive again. We're moving again. That mind shifts from looking at this situation like a complaint. So if I sit here and I say, oh my God, these Sursac people, they just fucking, and that's the initial thing. I'm listening to it. Oh, fuck. Oh my God, these fuckers, they don't care about shit. That's the complaint in my head. Luckily, I know myself a little way to go to get to the next level where I stop. And I go, all right, what am I going to do? And there's the power right there. And that's where I feel in myself today. Because what I was really feeling was the power. I was feeling the complaint. I watched it kind of go in my head. I don't want to be powerless. I don't want to be a victim to these people. And then I went, okay. And I pictured it. I was right coming up the hill right there and the music was playing. And I pictured us 1,000 deep, a show of force. I pictured Joe filming it. I pictured Como filming it. And us going a show of force against them. 1,000 deep. You're going to fucking hear us. And if you don't hear us, we're going to keep fucking coming. And I'm talking people in recovery. I'm talking everyone. There's the vision. And now I'm fucking feeling myself. So with that little move from complaint to strategy, we leave the victim position. And by the way, we all get through this every day. Every day our pain is hit and a complaint shows up. It's understanding ourselves. It's understanding what it is that we're going through in this moment. Pain, I don't like it, not getting my way, not feeling valued. Complaint, I want to be a victim. I want to say none of this is my fault. I want to tell people I'm right. I want to vent. I want to tell everyone, hey, these people suck. I'm good. These people suck. I'm good. This isn't mine. And there's no power there. But we think there is. Because being right and being victimized has become the new substitute to get high. It's the new thing. Nouveau. It's like, hey, listen, I'm the bigger victim than you. And people call each other and they go, you think your shit's bad and people are screwing you over? Listen to my story. I'm really getting fucked. Rather than calling each other and going, you think that you're getting screwed right now? Come on, man, power up. When did you leave the captain seat of your own life? When did you start this? People always say this to me. Art, you're hard to talk to. No, I'm not hard to talk to. I am if you come to me and be a victim to me. I'm very fucking hard to talk to if you come in and say your life is my fault. That shit'll get cut off in a fucking second. I don't want to hear it. So this is what learning to deal with our pain is, to see how we've been using our pain against ourselves, to see what we've really been doing, to see that we used every opportunity to kind of let ourselves off the hook, to kind of say, hey, this is shit. Every complaint that shows up in our life, it's pointing at our life and saying, my life, not my fucking fault. It's all fucked up because of that. Every time. And when do we want to get off this? This is it. When are we going to get off it and go, wait, I remember Jason. Jason was going to play professional football. I remember Dave, he was going to play professional soccer. I was going to play professional football. That's what Adam was going to play professional baseball. We were gonna conquer the fucking world, but little by little, our complaints get to us. And little by little, we start complaining about the way the world is and doing less to change it. And little by little, we start building a little nest around us of irresponsibility to the point where we're powerless to change. See, that's what the first step says. See, we admitted we were powerless and our life's unmanageable. That's the first step. You know what the second step is? Complaining or drug use. That's the confirmation that you feel your life, you're powerless and your life's unmanageable. So every person that uses drugs, what they're saying is, I'm admitting that I'm powerless and my life's unmanageable. Clap. Boom. That's what they're saying. Every time. That's the second step that people are using that's dangerous. But the real second step is, I'm powerful. I'm going to watch myself. I'm going to learn about myself. I'm going to see inside here and illuminate these parts of me that I'm not utilizing because I'm scared to get my pain hit and put myself out there anymore. And you'd be better suited to walk into the boss's office and go, hey, dude, you know what? Fuck you. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up, you little ninny. I've been here 26 years. Zip it, Zippy. Now that's power. Now you might get fired, but fuck it. That's way fucking better than being upset about it and being in complaint mode and feeling like you've been victimized by him. It's way better. It's way better to go choke slam someone. It is. Now, preferably is for her to get to a strategy of what she's really going to say. How's she going to speak from her heart and reach that boss? Hey, man, this is what I need from you. Can you give it to me? You know, a lot of what you do has hurt me, and I need to tell you how it's hurt me. And I need to explain it to you, and I hope you listen. And I want you to listen because I want to stay here. And I want us to work this out. I want us to figure out how I can get valued and what you need from me, and I can do it so that you feel I'm valuable. That's what I want. See, when we know what we want, we can ask for it. She said, I don't feel valued by my boss. I say, have you asked him to value you? I say, have you asked him how you would get more valuable? So it's very suspicious that we don't feel valued, but we haven't asked, how do I feel? How do I be more valuable? See? Hey, I don't feel valued. How do I be more valuable? No one does that. So here we are. You know, we got to get back to feeling ourselves. Everyone. Andy, when's the last time you turned that fucking music on and felt yourself? Felt totally proud. Oh, okay. That's good. All right. Yeah. All of us.
Really feeling it?
Yeah, really.
He's really feeling it?
Every time I put my headphones on, I start to clean.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there it is. Will, when's the last time you got out of that room and started feeling yourself? Honestly. Him.
Probably been a couple weeks, probably at least.
Yeah.
Couple weeks, you know, turn on set music, you know, I can relate to that. You know, feeling good.
See, the right song is better than methadone.
What's that?
The right song is better than methadone.
Yeah, amen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neil Diamond will do that.
I feel like that at the time that you know that you're feeling good, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't, it's not long enough, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a short block of time.
Just remember and kind of think back to the day it was a Friday and you got paid. And you're in your new car, your kind of car that you were feeling yourself in. You went to get that haircut, you got those new shoes, you're gonna go to the party. Just think of that kind of feeling. You know, where's that happening with us, all of us? I think I think these people are trying to break us down and be zombies, man. I really do. I really do. They want you looking at that phone. They want you staring at that goddamn phone. They got us sedated. And they're running their agenda. And we're just all in part of their Ponzi scheme. You know? And really the only answer to that is power. And the only answer to power is strategy, not victimization. So strategy. That didn't work. No complaint. Strategy. What's fucking next? That didn't work. What's fucking next? That didn't work. What's next? All this. You didn't get the job today? Felon, they won't hire you. What's next? Who cares? Who cares? What's next? Oh, I didn't get my way today. Oh, let me remember. Oh, nobody gives a fuck. Perfect. Perfect. So there's no one to tell. Back to strategy. But we've started to identify as people who really tell a better story, not about our successes, but about our failures. And the story of our failures goes, listen, I'm failing, but it's not my fault, Art. Listen, I'm failing, but it's not my fault, Art. The circumstances of my life suck, but guess what? Not my fault, so it's all good. You know, if you really, really want your power back, you really want to do this, which hey, guess what? When I fail, it's all me. I don't got no one. Still, if we don't change policy in Washington State and we don't step up and defeat these people, I'm going to take 100% credit. I didn't do it. That don't mean I'm the one that's got to solve it all. It means that I didn't give my best effort. I must have went in complaint mode and quit, went back to my house. They must have forgot who they're fucking with. That's real. I thought that on the way here. Oh, they don't know who they're fucking with. They think they're fucking someone's gonna buy into their bullshit and listen to their goddamn stories. They think we can't come 2,000 deep. Well, they roll up their target one recovering addict and say, they'll slump him in a wheelchair up to the fucking stage. Here's our success story. He's in a fucking wheelchair. The guy's fucking. No, he's doing great. Look, we got him. Harm reduction. He's not dead. We almost, yeah. That's their motto, right? Hook him up to the fucking monitor. He's got a heart rate of 3. Yeah. Dude can't fucking walk. No, he's doing great. It was great. All right, can you dump that bag, please? He smells like shit. Yeah, it's all right. They're fucking nuts. They're absolutely nuts. The hard part is I can't figure out why you all don't calm them and get your house yet.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing here?
I know.
Jesus, Wash, you couldn't figure out how to get a house? All these other retards did. You're on the street 3 years, you're not living in a mansion, getting drugs brought to you? God, Wash. Fuck, we should have done more training back in the day. Oh, yeah. You feel it, Jen? You feel it? Little power? Now you're back at it. You're off it. See? Feel better. There it is. You know? What's everyone else? Who else do I have to target? Huh?
Where?
What do you got?
What do you need?
You gotta remind me, Michael?
Yeah.
It's Mike's first day here.
Let's
Let's figure out how full of shit this guy is real quick.
Well, I'm getting out of that. Like I've realized over time that all my resentments are against myself,
Okay,
right?
yeah, okay, not picking it up,
You're not picking. it
not
up.
picking that up. Now listen, I'm a hard customer to do business with,
That's all right. I'll
but
sell you.
stick right fucking here. No, I'll sell you. You ain't gonna sell me. Well, right here. All right, what's your complaint?
Oh, my complaint.
How do you
People I've let down.
Okay, remember I said when we have a resentment or a complaint, it forms there's 3 things to that. Okay, so when people say I resent myself, and I'm gonna, Mike, I'm glad you jumped right into the lion's mouth here because it's very good, dude. But I'm gonna tell you that there's 3 things to a resentment. 1, I'm not responsible for it.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2, I'm a victim. And number 3, I'm superior. Okay? So if I say, these Sursac people are fucking me over and ruining our state. Do you see how 1, I'm a victim to them?
Right.
Do you see how 2, I'm not responsible for the situation? And do you see how the third part is that I feel smarter than and better than them?
I can see.
So I'm pointing out why they suck to say I would never behave that way. Okay? So there's three forms to this resentment.
So am I ignorant for not thinking that I match up with any of those categories?
No, you can't be superior to yourself.
Right.
You can't be a victim to yourself. And you can't be smart, you can't be irresponsible for yourself. See, resentment lends to the fact that I'm not responsible. So for somebody to say I resent myself, where's the, who's the responsible party? But resentment means I'm not responsible.
But the drugs isn't the whole ordeal, it's the action,
Yeah,
it's the action.
okay,
And I mean, I'm here, the reason I don't think I fit that category is because I'm finally at a point where I surrender, like I got nothing, no leg to stand on,
yeah,
right?
that's what you're saying. That's a better way to say it. You've gotten to a place where you really don't have anyone left to blame. How's that?
That's perfect.
Okay, there you are. You don't have no one else left to blame. Now, who have you screwed over? Who's in your life? You're trying to get back.
My mother, my girlfriend, my friends, you know, organization, the bank,
Yeah.
my employers,
Yeah.
you know,
How old are you?
37.
There you go. All right. Now what?
Now we start a clean slate, now we
Yeah.
rebuild.
Well, it ain't clean.
No,
You gotta clean it.
I'm working on that.
You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you know, that's another great thing about when you realize that you're an asshole and a prick. It's a real great thing.
It is. It's
What a
relieving.
realization.
So relieving.
Yeah, you realize, hey, fuck, I got this, you know, and now what? Okay, well, I got some making up to do.
Now I ask questions,
Yeah, you do?
right?
Yeah.
Now I ask the questions.
Yeah.
I'm seeking guidance instead of knowing the answer.
We'll see about that.
You know what people screw up on that? People screw up on that because they go around and they apologize to everyone and then they forgive everyone.
Yeah,
And then they're like, I'm still struggling with that because they don't forgive themselves.
Yeah.
And then they dwell on things they did in the past and it's over. And you make your amends, you gotta let that go. Just-
I don't know.
Dwell on it. I don't think.
I think that there's only one true way to know someone's sorry.
Action.
Yeah, they don't do it no more.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't know another way, you know? Yeah,
Like, you don't feel like work with like the observer and.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you can't resent yourself,
Mhm.
but. If I is the observer,
Mhm.
you're saying I resent myself
Mm-hmm.
being parts,
Yeah,
isn't that still possible? Like
Well-
I resent, like I'm observing my parts, but I resent my parts for making me act
Yeah.
the way I do.
well, then that means that you're not responsible for your parts. They did it. They did
But aren't they who's doing the part
I like
while
that.
they're observing?
it. Well, they might have done it. Yeah, that's true. By the way, what she's talking about is our, you know, and if you haven't got into it and you're part of this, I really encourage everyone to read Internal Family Systems.
But it wasn't yourself, it was your person.
Right.
Okay, but but you're there. Now you can say, well, I wasn't awake to the fact that I had these parts.
Right.
I wasn't awake to-
You know, I wasn't consciously aware that I was these different parts until.
Yeah. So again, what is the purpose of resenting ourselves?
To be able to.
Yeah.
Well, who do we tell that story to?
Other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good like, you know, it's a good story, but so where do we get with it?
I think we're looking for compassion.
I think it's a preemptive strike. You know, I hate myself, I don't forgive myself, I resent myself. Well, that's a preemptive strike. That's saying you can't, you know, I used to, you know, beat myself up harder than people could beat me up. You know, Eminem did it, right? Eminem did a preemptive strike. He had got in a rap battle and said everything about himself so the other guy couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if I'm sitting in, like I used to sit in front of my parents, for instance, and I got caught using again. And then so I go, I hate myself. Well, all of a sudden you've turned the tables. And now my dad and my mom's like, don't hate yourself. You know, it's a sweet strategy. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, I fucking hate myself. I'm such a fuck up. I'm never gonna be anything. And then everyone goes, you're gonna be something, man. Well, 5 minutes earlier, they were going, you're such a fuck up. You're never gonna be anything. And you heard that about a week ago, but now when you're caught, you don't want to hear that shit again. So let me take a preemptive strike here, let me make sure. First time I got caught, my dad's yelling at me, I'm like, what the fuck? Boom, 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 taking the punches.
Yeah.
Then the next time I got something for his ass. Watch what I do for mom. I got mom over there, stop, Art, stop hurting him. So this whole thing about, so what? Like, let's say someone really fucked you over, and then they told you they resented themselves for fucking you over. Would you care?
Nope.
Would you care? Would you go, oh shit? I forgive you because you hate yourself more than I hate you. Or would you go, why don't you shut the fuck up with that bullshit and show me that you're a different person? You know? I mean, it's fine. People say that and we say that, but get over it. If you do resent yourself, so what? Let's go. Stop that shit. So IFS is this idea that we are ran by these parts of ourselves. And you'll learn it if you're here, and if you read it, you'll get it. And it's the best teaching tool that I've ever seen since I've started this business. I've never seen anything better than IFS. I've
It's
never
almost
seen.
like, once you learn it though, I mean, you can't unlearn it, and
Yeah.
you're thinking about everything
Yeah,
like that, it's like,
you see it in everything.
yeah, it's like, fuck, man, my manager's out now. The manager's all hanging out.
So it's a simple thing. IFS is a very simple thing that says we are ran by a committee. We are ran by 3 committees. Committee 1 is our pain. And we don't want that ever touched, and we don't want that ever to be heard. So 2 other committees help us not have pain. And the first committee is the manager. And the manager starts dictating our life and keeping us out of situations and not putting ourselves out there and looking good. And the manager's job is to never let our pain get hit. It's a preemptive. I never want my pain to get hit, so I'm going to manage my life and set it up in a way where I no longer risk things, where I no longer put myself out there, where I no longer raise my hand and risk not knowing the answer, where I do all these preemptive things to know, where I stop dating people, or I stop, going to parties, where I start ice. That's the manager. And that job of that manager is right in front of us, and it's always doing its job. It doesn't say things when we're pissed off to people because it doesn't want to get into confrontation. And then we have what's called firemen. And firemen are reactive, and they come in after our pain's been hit. And firemen are great protectors, and that's what they're trying to do, but they lead us to very destructive things. They lead us to yelling at people and reacting to our pain. They lead us to drugs and isolation and quitting. And see, when she was here, her fireman was out. So she was in pain when she got here, and I could see it. I could see that her pain's been hit recently, that the manager's kind of off duty and she's living in her pain, and her firemen are reacting to that pain. So I was able to see she was in pain by how she was. And that's how she learned as a girl. You know how we learn as youngsters? Some of us yelled when we were kids, some of us gave the silent treatment. That's a fireman. So for me, if my pain got hit, I did a little act in front of my parents, and I just kind of moped around, and I sat there, and I would go like this. And then sooner or later, my mom and dad would go, "What's wrong with you?" And I would do that, and then I would tell them, right? And I would unload my pain and say, these are my complaints. So IFS is this thing where what we're saying is, internal family system is saying that we're going to govern this committee. That we're going to see each part of ourselves and be an observer and start understanding our own pain, understanding our manager, and understanding our fireman. And that's what we're learning here and going through here. So it's this beautiful thing where we go from being ran by our committee and just torn like a tumbleweed into our pain and into our and a manager faking it and putting on a good show and then blowing up and all that, to getting up above it and saying, okay, I'm going to start managing this committee. I'm going to start hearing from them. I'm going to start saying, oh, that's because I'm in pain, and that's why I'm acting that way. And, I have this hardwired, all these guys have a fireman inside of them that's hardwired to go use. So we experience pain, and then they go use. And that's, for me, it's being able to know this. So I encourage everyone to get up to speed with IFS, because we're going to be talking about a lot, because it is the cutting edge. It's what everyone, but by the way, it's trauma informed. So I now run. I run a trauma informed treatment center now. Very happy, you know, so I fit in with the wokes, so,
So that's,
yeah, whatever you call them.
that's a book that you think we should get.
That's a book that everyone needs to read.
There's a couple of them.
There's a ton. There's a ton. There's a lot of people have written manuals. There's everybody, you know, it's the new thing.
My dog.
I don't know if it's-
Just going through this with me.
Is it?
Just today.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Just today.
Oh, she was teaching your firemen, exiles and managers?
Well, it's called protector, manager and judge. My protector is the Iceman. My manager is Barney. I haven't figured out.
Yeah,
I'm working on the judge, yeah. 'Cause then I can talk to them. Yeah, it's cool.
It's by Richard
Uh,
C.
I'm thinking
Schwartz.
this
Yeah.
one. She wants to-
Richard C. Schwartz.
Yeah,
This one is not like.
Just the audiobook. it's introduction to internal.
See, for me, I don't know anything funner than this process. I used to have a disgruntled look on my face about 90% of the day. Everybody annoyed me, everybody pissed me off. I wasn't nice, I was arrogant, I didn't like, I was in a lot of pain. I didn't know I was in pain. And this is recovery, this is what we're doing. We're learning that an eye roll is an indicator of someone's pain. That is an indicator of someone's pain. That sarcasm is an indicator of pain. That passive aggressive is an indicator of pain. We're learning here that when you're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship with another person. You're in a relationship with their pain, with their manager, and with their fireman. And when you're being yelled at by another human being, you're being yelled at by the parts of them that are trying to protect them. And it makes looking at other humans a lot different. It makes it a lot more understanding to see when somebody's firemen come in and take them over. And you can have a lot of compassion. And by the way, that's happening here in this house. And tell me, we don't all understand now. And because we're learning this and we see Kate blow up on us and tell us all what, to have a room full of people, have a girl blow up on us and tell us all what pieces of shit we are, and have us all have compassion for her. Now that's a game changer. It's a different ball game. To have a group of people go, oh, her fireman's out. How cute. She's going, fuck you, motherfucker. That happened last night. Everyone's like, did you see her firemen were out? Yeah. And meanwhile, she said, fuck you and shut the fuck up. And no one got up. No one got up and punched her in the face. No. So this is the source. When we understand our own pain, we can understand other people's pain. And then when we understand our own pain, we can move to strategic, we can get out of our own pain, let our pain subside and move on to strategy and feel power. And that's what we're gonna do, you know. Time to mobilize. We're gonna start getting our numbers up and we're gonna start, by the way, Battlefield, I don't do this very often, but if you're not a monthly partner, we need help. I'm chunking through the money right now because there's a lot of people here that can't afford to be here. But I'm not turning them away, and we have to have funding to do it. We got to keep in business. And so Battlefield needs money. We do. And I'm not afraid to say I need monthly partners, I need donors, I need everyone that's using the services to understand, hey, people need help. And it's a big deal for families to pay $3,000 a month for something. It's a big deal for them to pay $5,000. It's a big deal for them to pay $7,000. It's hard right now. Especially when, it might be a long time when recovery doesn't take 30 days. So parents sign up for 30 days or to pay me for 90 days, but they don't realize we're going to be on the job possibly 2 years here. They don't have the funding to go 2 years. So we're really, really now seeing that we need this thing. We need money from Battlefield so that people can be here, like Michael, who just came out of treatment today and had nowhere to go. And no money. And he's here because of the donors of Battlefield that are helping him be here. And so, you know, we really need to mobilize. We need to get recovery back. We need people to understand that we're asking people here to be sober, which is groundbreaking at this point. It's a groundbreaking proposition that we want people to be sober and we want them to buy houses and have a good life. Never seen anyone stop by the methadone clinic and then go put the down payment on their house. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe one day. Maybe I got to sit down there and watch the 900 people roll through every day. 900 people,
One of my clients.
90 an hour at 10 hours. God,
That's
Damn.
one spot.
that's one small spot.
Once they're on it for a while, they can't get off it either.
No,
It takes
there's
forever
no way to
off,
get off it.
so.
There's a huge one right there at Smoky Point. that's
Yeah.
Methadone clinic. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a constant line of just in and out, in and out.
Oh,
in and
yeah.
out, all day
Yeah.
long.
Oh, yeah. And we're talking about a group of people that don't really keep their word and show up for much, but they're there every goddamn day.
Yeah.
Hey, work? Not today. You should see though. Yeah, we've seen people lose their arm on the way to methadone clinic and still get there. Yeah, it's just arm cut off at the thing, blood spurting out. They're like, I'm here for my dose. Yeah. And then work comes and they got a headache. Ah. See, it's a very different version to say to people, I'm in a lot of pain over our relationship. Than it is to blame somebody for the relationship. Very different. So that's understanding this stuff. Hopefully everyone here is getting that. Anyways. Time to mobilize. Time to show force. Time to get 2,000 people at the same spot. Time to hold a little rally, whatever we do. Time to get our money up. So if they're not gonna give us any money for recovery by the government, we're gonna have to get it from people. People that believe in it. People that see the process, people that want to see someone succeed and do better. So
Or what does SURSAC stand for again?
stupid.
Utterly retarded.
Yeah, stupid, utterly, no, it's, think of that. Think of they're just sitting there naming something and they go, let's be the Substance Use Recovery Service Advisory Commission. What are you? What are we again?
And how do you get on this commission?
I think you gotta fail many IQ tests, it seems. You have to
Come
fail,
up with like a little chart of what the qualifications. are.
yeah. Mental
Common sense
retardation.
is not one of them.
Yeah.
No, you know,
Common sense,
I messaged,
you're more likely to get hired.
I messaged Jenny Burton.
Yeah.
I saw she had some success stories she's sharing on Facebook. And I said, how did you get funding for that? You don't fund evidence-based recovery program. She said, I don't. She said, I can't get a penny from them.
Yeah,
And she said,
We know.
it's a private business and I just try with families and that's all I can do.
yep,
I was like, I figured that, cause I was like, if you had senator, house reps out there that were passing stuff to give you money, I wanna know about it.
you can literally walk into and try to get public funding from any committee and go. The people in my program are clean, and they'll literally go, no, that's not the right way to do it. Okay, well. I hope I got through to Mr. Tyler Winston. See, he's feeling himself now, he's gonna, little pride.
Yeah, he'll be at the clinic tomorrow.
Yeah.
Raising hell.
Yeah.
Raising hell.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
All right, thank you, guys.
Hey,
Tell me-
we we just saw, Angie just said that, Andrea Suarez just became a monthly partner, so thank you.
There we go.
Just now.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you want to become a monthly partner, you just need to go on to battlefield.addiction.com and click on donate, and then, it'll take you to a page where you put your information in, and you can donate weekly, monthly.
Okay.
If you have any questions, contact.
Nico does this for
Here, I
free
can
every
help you.
week. He is a monthly partner.
That's it, that's it.
Yeah.
See you guys. Have a good night.
All right, Nico, yeah, you're cool. He's like the
Take care.
silent guy.
Welcome.